Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. As Evie said, my name is Andreea. I am a business and economics double major. I am from Romania. I'm a junior, and I'm really, really excited that you guys are here to find out more about my internship. But before I dig into my internship, how did I actually find this internship? Well, for those of you who went to the previous DFE dinner, most of my colleagues told you that they started with the Google search. Well, I also started with the Google search, like everybody else. I started looking for marketing internships in top companies, but because I didn't really have connections in those companies, and you know how it goes with the online applications, they get overlooked, I didn't really have a lot of success in it. So what worked for me was personal connection, and I have two stories related to that. First of all, during one of my marketing classes, there was a social entrepreneur, owner of a zero-waste fashion company, that came and told us about her business model. And I was so impressed about her business model that I pursued to get an internship with her. Well, I succeeded, and I told myself, oh my God, it's so great. I have an internship now, but I decided to keep my opportunities open. So next thing I did, I attended one of the lunches with the recruiters that career development here organizes, and I got introduced to Big Ass Fans or Big Ass Solutions. I was very impressed by it. I had the opportunity to be part of the open house that they had for the Berea College students. And there I met the CEO, and man, it was an experience. He asked me what I'm passionate about, and I was so confident and telling him what I was passionate about, and the next thing I know, he looks at me and he says, "That's BS." And you know what's the word BS that I cannot say, but literally that's what he said. So my self-esteem basically sunk somewhere under the carpet. But 2 months later, after I left my resume with the, at that time, marketing director of the company, I get a phone call, an interview, and an offer in Big Ass Solutions. So here I am facing the choice of either going to San Francisco and being the right hand of a social entrepreneurship enterprise, right? Or going to Lexington, Kentucky and interning in Big Ass Fans. And I chose Big Ass Fans because it was a paradox and a challenge for me to prove that I can be successful in this company. So, having set this and secured this internship position, I had 4 big goals that I had in mind. First of all, I wanted to know what I do after I graduate. Second of all, I wanted to know how you actually craft a marketing experience from beginning till the end. Third of all, I wanted to learn from experience. I really wanted to see how the marketing field looks like outside of my classroom environment. And because I chose marketing, I definitely wanted to learn how to engage with my audience, understand how people react whenever you give them a specific message. So who is Big Ass Fans and where are they at? So Big Ass Fans, or Big Ass Solutions, as the whole corporation is, produces and manufactures fans and lighting for industrial, agricultural, commercial, and residential spaces. They also do lights and all sort of temperature control and comfort solutions for employees and us in our homes. They're located in Lexington, Kentucky. They're one of the biggest private corporations in Kentucky, but they also have global offices in Hong Kong, Canada, Australia, etc. So if you actually look at the numbers, it looks pretty impressive. I was founded in 1999 by Carrie Smith, who's the current CEO and founder. It was initially called the High Volume Low Speed Fan Company. Currently it has about 800 employees. It had a record annual growth of 30% from 2010 to 2015, when their revenues jumped from $34 million to $240 million as of May 2017. And it still has a continuous growth of 15% yearly. So what do they sell? Well, fans. They have 149 patents and still patents pending. This is their biggest fan. This is me, next to a really big fan. This is one of their residential fans, and I think most of you guys saw the haiku fans in deep green where I live, and this is an example of their lighting. Okay, so what did I really do? Well, I was a direct marketing intern under the close supervision of my supervisor who's here, Catherine Mertz. She is the direct marketing manager there. I did a lot of things, but I really got a hold of what marketing really means in the business world. During my time at Big Ass Fans, I believe I was in about I got to see 3 big marketing campaigns from beginning till the end. It was great. I loved it a lot. But more specifically, yeah, that's my desk and that's the company cat that was chilling on my desk. But what I actually got to do, I handle a lot of the mailer returns. I analyzed databases. I cleaned up a lot of data in Excel and in Salesforce, which I'll talk about later. I got to talk to third-party lists and email vendors, which was really new for me. And I got to do and practice HTML emails, so newsletters and promotional emails. But I consider this internship to be very entrepreneurial because I wore different hats every day, just like an entrepreneur. So even though I had larger projects, which I had to continue for a week or 2, my job never really looked the same as a direct marketing intern. So looking at the challenges on my internship and what I consider to be my biggest achievements, I would name these to be a few. First of all, Salesforce. I had a basic knowledge at the beginning that Salesforce is what you use whenever you're doing marketing, but I didn't really know what I'm supposed to do with it. So Salesforce is a cloud-based software that allows marketers to keep a clean record of their leads and contacts, maintain the relationship between the customer and the business pretty accurate, and to track your campaigns, your actual marketing campaigns, and see how effective were they. Second achievement would definitely be understanding Microsoft Power BI, which is a Microsoft software that allows you to visualize and analyze data. And I learned how to pull reports there. And I think the biggest lesson there was understanding the actual marketing KPIs and what it means: a return on investment, lead to contact ratio. How do we actually measure this conversion, and how much cost do we have per each person that we bring into our company? And then Salesforce Pardot, which is Salesforce's platform of basically designing HTML emails that will be sent to the list of people that you have in your database. I think it was very useful to know how to do that, and I learned how to tweak HTML and how to fix things that don't necessarily look nice all the time, and I learned how to cure my message for the vertical that I want to send my message to. And then my biggest achievement was this project that I had to do for 1 week, in which our marketing director, Hilary Borgmeyer, asked me to basically collect a list of publications that are specifically targeted to our biggest markets when it comes to the residential fans, haiku. So I had to compile a list of these publications and talk to those publications, get quotes from there for different ads that we were supposed to do during the summer. And basically, I had to be very specific in what I was asking. So it was a lot of marketing jargon that I didn't really know. This lingo was so new to me, and I was really freaked out at the beginning whenever Catherine was like, okay, ask this, this, and that. And I'm like, but I have no idea what this means. But anyway, I figured it out, and I consider it to be an achievement because I got to basically get out of my comfort zone and have a conversation with people from all around the US that I've never talked before, and get a hold of what print marketing means and how this whole industry goes. Okay, so what about my college classes? How did they influence my marketing experience? Well, as soon as I got into my major, basically whenever I came to Berea, I started directly taking business administration courses. I knew for sure that that was my major. But honestly, I think my accounting classes and my statistics classes helped me immensely. They were great. I was able to understand what the numbers mean. I knew how to use Excel. I used Excel so much during the summer that I just want to give Ed McCormack a huge shout out that he learned me all I know in Excel. And then from my marketing communication classes, that was amazing because I got the opportunity to learn the psychology and sociology behind the people and the customers that I'm marketing to. So it was incredibly useful. But then the biggest part was EPG and my experience in entrepreneurship for the public good. Whenever I came in my freshman summer and I did a summer institute, I encountered so many skills that I never dealt before. And I was so confident that I am comfortable with ambiguity, but EPG kind of proved me that I'm not. I think that the 3 most skills that I learned from EPG and I saw them daily in my internship were dealing with ambiguity, composure, and learning on the fly. And I'm going to tap a little bit into each of them, and I'm going to start with dealing with ambiguity. Why these? Okay, why in the picture there? But anyway, sorry about that. It was supposed to be a picture here. But I wanted to show you how the marketing strategy at Big S Solutions looks like. It's very in your face. It's very brutal. And the latest, basically the latest marketing campaign that we had, it was called Better Ways to Stay Cool. And it literally had naked people on the mailers that we sent out to people. And it was just curious, this crazy idea, okay, I want naked people on the mailers. But it takes so much innovation and creativity that Catherine here had along with the team to figure out how to make this mailer deliverable. How do we actually send this to our audience, make them understand our message, and also literally be deliverable, like have US Postmail let us send it because it has naked people on it. It was censored, of course, but it's still pretty in your face and very bold. The second thing was composure, or how to be perseverant. And Catherine here knows also that my intern job was sometimes pretty boring because I had to deal with a lot of huge, long Excel sheets with 500,000 accounts that were doing like 4 hours, and I had to sort through them and make sure that the data looks pretty clean and tidy. What I didn't really realize then was that I was pretty much saving the company hundreds of dollars because that meant that we're not sending mailers or promotional offers to addresses that are inexistent or people who don't live there anymore and companies who are not in business anymore. So I learned perseverance through that, but I also learned composure, as in I learned how to measure myself when I felt that I'm in moments that I would consider, I guess, pressuring me. So that was a great skill that I got from my internship by doing those things. And then the third EPG skill was learning on the fly. And with learning on the fly pretty much goes my passions and how I identified my passions during the internship. Catherine was a great supervisor because she allowed me to discover other fields of the marketing department. I literally worked with every single person in the marketing department. So from graphics design to PR, how you compose your creative and your message that you're going to send. I actually got to do a couple photo shoots and be there, like product pictures, and I got to take pictures and do photography in the studio there for the employees. It was really interesting to see myself getting a hold of these skills that I wouldn't normally do at just straight specific job description. So that was really interesting, and I learned on the fly because I definitely improved my Photoshop skills. I learned how to do Adobe InDesign, which is a really great graphics design tool. And I'm really appreciative to Catherine and the team for allowing me to explore all these fields of marketing. So with this kind of goes what's next for me. Well, I'm a junior. I don't really know what's next for me because I'm also an international student. But what I also know is that I'm convinced 100% sure that the fact that I chose a marketing major is what is best for me. I also know for sure that one day I would really love to work for myself and be an entrepreneur. Because I don't think I would like to see myself working in a corporation for like a really long period of time. Also analyzing the management of the company, I really think I would like to pursue an MBA in management. It would be really interesting to see the psychology behind it and just what's the best practices when it comes to that. So in conclusion, I recommend that you're not afraid to learn on the fly. That helped me a lot in my internship. Also, in the real business world, ambiguity will hit you in the face daily. If you think that Berea is a big deal, well, wait till you actually get a job. And yeah, everything that your professors say, especially like if you're a business and economics professors, everything that your professors say about the business world is true. And connections are more valuable than you think, because I didn't get an internship if I didn't have this connection and if I didn't continue to pursue people. Like, I saw something that I liked at somebody that I met, and I literally stalked them until, okay, I stalked them in a nice way, but you know, I pursued them because I knew what I wanted from them, and I definitely could have have gotten an internship without connections. And the last thing in my conclusion is that I work for a company called Big Ass Solutions, and that will forever be in my resume. And whenever I told my mom that I got accepted into this, she said, "Are you sure you really want to do this? Like, it's going to be there." And I said, yes. And I'm really glad I got to do this because, again, I gained valuable insight as a sophomore in college, and I'm definitely more sure of the things that I want to do in the future. That's it. Thank you.